Hello, my name is Boyce Fitzgerald, and today we're going to look at stock video clips sold in September 2021. Okay, during the period we're looking at today, I have a total of $342.44. Of that amount, 15 of the clips I sold. There are 50 clips, by the way, sold during this period. 15 of those 50 clips were 100% mine, and 35 of them were curation clips where I did the title and metadata. Of the clips that I sold, which are 100% mine, those totaled $190.06, and the ones for curation that I did totaled $152.38. So that just shows you that, of course, you make more. You get 100% if it's yours, and if you do curation, you generally get 20%, depending on what kind of deal you made with the creator, the person you're partnering with or collaborating with. So that makes a difference, but generally, let's say 20%. And so, I'm looking at $190 versus $150 basically. And that just shows how many clips you need to curate if you're going to make any money doing just curation alone. So let's look at what's sold. I'm not going to go over every clip, but we'll go over some and make some observations. I sold a number of hyperlapses. This one was done by Tristan. In fact, I think all the hyperlapses that I sold during this month were done by Tristan. He does a really good job. This is at Red Rock Canyon on the edge of the Mojave Desert. And let's just look through here for other time lapses. Here's another one he did of a sunrise. No, it looks like it's a sunset, sorry. Of a sunset, and I believe he sold this one twice. So he sold it once here and another one here, same one. Those are the only, and then there's this other one, also a very dramatic, smoky. This is probably during the fires in California where the sky was full of smoke. So there's that. Those are the time lapses that we sold this month. None from me that I see, and it looks like 4 from Tristan. Food clips. Sold a lot of food clips this month, and I think that's always going to be the case. I think food clips are timeless. They don't go out of style. The processes don't change. The way you make dough this right now is the same way that people are going to be hand making dough 10 years from now. So whenever you have clips, let me just find one that I'm thinking of here. Okay, so this is also by Tristan Turner, filming his very talented wife making dough. That's a shot that's always going to be in style. It's timeless. Here we got one from Ivan in Brazil, a guy rolling a Chinese dumpling. Same type of angle. There's even some that I did. Well, this is not as good. This is some ribs I threw on the barbecue. Not on the barbecue, but on the smoker. And that sold. So those types of food clips, I sell a number of those every month. I'm just looking to see if there's any more. There's not, but those kind of clips are really good, I think, and they're timeless. I sold this crown on a turntable from my friend in Thailand, Jade. He's done a number of these beauty queen things, and there's also some clips here. I sold this space animation. I did a number of these. I took some classes on After Effects. Just YouTube tutorials is what I mean when I say classes. YouTube tutorials and how to do space animations. I did maybe 100 of them, and I sell one now and then. I don't know that it was worth all the time I spent, but I did learn a lot about After Effects, and that was fun. I also sold a lot of editorial. Let me show you the type of editorial that sells on a regular basis. This just this alone probably wouldn't sell. But this is in Brazil. This is a resort they're building in the on the edge of the Amazon rainforest, and so you have the opportunity to use keywords like deforestation, climate, global warming, just all the things that are involved in that. It's a big resort, so somebody might buy this clip when the resort goes live. The people who are building it might buy it as part of their historical archive. Who knows? But you can't just do a bulldozer pushing ground. You've got to have some kind of story about it, and you've got to have a reason for somebody to buy it. You've got to put the name of the resort, the location, and why it's important. Then it will sell. That's the same thing as this editorial clip that I'm looking for here. I noticed this is the same resort, construction going on, and the same reason that this one probably sold as well. So you do editorial, but make sure it's really editorial, that there's a story there. This is another editorial one. This is the City Hall, I think in Oslo, Norway. Again, that's a good establishing shot. No people there, maybe because of COVID. Maybe it was just early on a weekend. I'm not sure. But at any rate, there's, you put in the type of keywords that's going to sell. This is establishing shot. Anytime there's going to be a demonstration or the city hall is in the news for any reason, that's just a time that might be sold. Oh, here's another time lapse I forgot to show. This is beautiful. It's got the Milky Way going through the sky here and the star trails with a Joshua tree in the foreground. So that's more time lapses that I did. Here's a couple more editorials. These are kids in a refugee camp on a packed dirt soccer pitch. And again, refugees, I think this is in northern Syria on the border with Turkey. And that type of thing is always in the news, especially with Afghanistan and more refugees in the area. So I always sell these refugee clips, even though they're not that well done. I do these with iPhone, just so that I don't cause any problems while I'm there, very discreetly. Let me see if there's any other editorials that shot. Well, these are editorials. This is a woman in the Amazon who's a nurse and also a tribal medicine woman with an oxygen meter checking the oxygen levels of a COVID patient. We sold a number of her. This is the same woman here putting on her mask. And I recall a few others. Here she is again putting on her mask. Same clip, sold a couple times. There's also this is also an editorial from Anders in Norway. Obviously, you can't get a release for all these people, but is this newsworthy? Sooner or later, this is going to be in the news, or somebody's going to want it. Maybe this event planner is going to plan the same event next year and want some footage of it. So there you go. Now, a lot of times people will ask me, if I'm traveling to a place, what should I film? Suppose I'm traveling to Madrid. What should I film when I'm in Madrid? And the thing that comes to mind, of course, is landmarks. Whatever comes to mind, that's probably the wrong thing, is what I'm getting at. Everybody's filming landmarks. Everybody's going to film the same things. Go to places that other people aren't going to go, or do establishing shots on specific streets or bus stops or subway stations or whatever. Because if somebody wants to buy a clip of that subway station, that they're going to buy your clip. If they want a landmark, there's going to be 20,000 clips of that landmark available for them to buy. Here's an example of a favela. I hope I'm saying it right. Favela. I'll say it again. Okay. That means, I think, a ghetto or a slum. This one in Brazil. Here's another one, also in Brazil. Aerial shot. Those types of clips, when you're traveling, go to the places that other people aren't going to go and film the things that other people aren't going to film. This is a favela also in Brazil. This one at ground level. Again, get a good shot of the street. and in the keywords, name the town, name the street, name the things that are going to get people to buy this, because sooner or later, this town is going to be in the news. This favela is going to be cited for a fire hazard of these electrical wires. For whatever reason, people are going to buy your clip because it's going to be the only clip there. Inclement weather is another good thing to film. This is a snowstorm. You need a good establishing shot, or just a shot that's, you're doing a commercial, people coming home for Christmas or whatever. This is the kind of shot they need. They don't have to go out and film it. They can buy it for $50 and they're on their way. Another inclement weather. This sold 3 or 4 times this month. A sandstorm in the Mojave Desert. And of course, if I just put sandstorm in the Mojave Desert, it probably wouldn't sell. Here's the kind of keywords you want to put for this type of clip. You want to put, in addition to the normal ones, which is of course desert and Mojave and sandstorm, you also want to put lost, scared, afraid, abandoned, forgotten, all the things that this clip might bring up with somebody emotionally as well. This is another clip of people in a refugee camp. This is a Yazidi. They were able to build near them a water borehole and bring one. They dressed up their children and came out to celebrate this event of having fresh water. So that's also in Iraq. Okay, let me see if any other trends popping out here. I always sell these aerial clips. I'll go to a place and do some establishing shots with a drone, and then name again the place, where it's at, the season of year that it is. Snow-capped mountains in this case. This was probably in the spring. Looks like there's buds on the trees. So if people are looking for this town, this time of year, on a beautiful day, then they can come and find your clip. This is one of those things you sell just because you happen to be in a place. I was in this giant warehouse. I was on a cart trying to find. They say, I think we can find your item. It's in the back here. Jump on this golf cart, and I whip out my phone and am far enough away that there's no labels or anything showing, no logos, and it's a nice warehouse shot. Well, maybe not a nice one. I mean, it's just with a smartphone, but it's the type of thing that just opportunity might grant you, you be in the right place at the right time. This is also, this sells regularly. This is a water purification station in Katsina, Nigeria, and sold 2 clips of it. So again, not famous landmarks. People are going to buy your clip because you have the only clip of that place or that location or that activity. This is a vet giving a vaccine to a cow, or steroid, or who knows what. But at any rate, that's a good visual there, where you have the bottle and the syringe and the blurred cow in the background. And that one doesn't even need a model release. These are good clips. Anytime you can get somebody doing, getting somebody getting a hairdo, or any type of beauty, or any kind of activity that is relatable. Also, the more ethnicity you can get, ethnic diversity in your clips, the more likely you're going to have sales. This one session of doing this young lady's hair sold 4 times, and it'll sell over and over again. This is an interesting one. I did a static shot of a hallway in my home, and then I did it again walking down with a long white robe on, and I overlaid one on top of the other, and then reduced the opacity of the one with me walking so it looks ghost-like. And with Halloween coming, somebody purchased this. And so sometimes it's a matter of in this case, I was just trying something, and I thought I'd put it up, see if anybody would buy it. It sells this time of year now and then. Here's another food one. In addition to these food things, anything that you do that shows somebody, this is Anders, my friend in Norway, who also is the manager at a body shop, and he's got him or one of his guys painting a taped up door. But anytime you have somebody doing something that takes skill and, just think about, and you have, in this case, since he's the manager, he can provide a model release as well as a property release. So those things sell regularly. Sometimes also I'll just set up my camera on in this case, on my kitchen table, and I'll film myself doing a number of things: paying bills, preparing my taxes, maybe looking for insurance or shopping online. My wife next to me, as we look like we're trying to make a decision. And the only thing I had to shoot this a number of times because every time I looked at it, I'd find more logos. So I'd have a logo on my shirt, so I'd go change shirt. I'd come back and film it again. I noticed I had pictures on the wall that would require property release for the pictures, so I'd take them down. So in this case, I just need a property release for myself, a model release for myself and a property release for my home, both of which I can provide. Make sure it's clean. Film about 20 clips of yourself doing different things: reading, writing a note, doing a birthday card, doing your taxes, paying bills, writing a check, shopping online. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Do those. You can do a bunch of them with different themes very quickly and get a good set of clips. So I hope that was enjoyable and informative for you. Bottom line here is that you will notice that there's a lot of diversity. There's clips really about everything going on around me and around the people who I partnership with. And some of them are aerial, some of them are home and family, some of them are skill, food, editorial, and so on. Just film what's around you. Get a diverse library and you will have success. I remember watching a Jevon Dovey YouTube video when I first started out, and I was trying to decide if I should do stock video or not, and he said this, it's always stuck with me. Let me leave you with this. He said, the only way to fail is if you stop trying, and that is certainly the case. If you keep at it, you will be successful at stock video. Have a nice day.